at first it hurt because, you know, when you decided to give someone your time, get to know this person, you start to text each other every day, even calling each other, but then all of a sudden it comes to a complete stop, or they hit you with the, hey, I'm doing me, or whatever. That hurts, and you're just like, okay, I just totally invested so much time and energy, and I was planning our future, you know what I mean? And then you just crushed me, you know what I mean? And what I've learned is that it's so important that you know your value when you are dating and when you are talking. The definition of talking to me is when both you and him, or you and her, whatever, have mutual feelings and you guys are working towards something, whether it be a relationship but you guys like each other and you're talking. So what I was saying is, it's so important that you know your value when you are dating, when you are getting to know people, when you are going, you know, when you're being set up by family members. It's so important that you know your value, so that when those moments happen that you didn't plan for, that you didn't want to happen, you can still be like, you know what? Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna be okay, and I'm gonna keep it moving. And I really believe that when you have that mindset of, okay, it doesn't matter what people say to me while I'm in this phase of my life, but never will I ever let someone's words affect me, you know, emotionally or whatever. I just believe that we have a lot of control on how we choose to handle things. And especially in this time when you are single, when you are dating, especially when you like that person and you've invested time, but then the same thing isn't being reciprocated, and then you're left sitting there thinking, why? And in that moment is when you could either take this as a lesson learned, or you can dwell on it and never learn the lesson. And then when the next person comes, you're doing the same thing. And so what I learned, you guys, is if you ever come across a situation where someone is not interested in you, or if someone is telling you, hey, you're not my type, in a nice way, in the ways that I told you, like working on my family, doing me, those are pretty much saying, I'm gonna keep looking, you're not my type, thank you, but no thank you. When you get those responses, you do the same. Say, okay, thank you for letting me know, I'm gonna keep it moving. And so I don't know who needs to hear this, and I hope that it goes and helps someone out there somewhere, because I know for myself there's been times where, especially when people are like, hey, why are you still single, like, you know, like, because I'm a little bit older, I'm 28 now, and so they're like, why are you still single, what's going on? And I feel like just being like, you have no idea what I'm going through. You know what I mean? However, when I look back and I'm mature about it, and I'm just like, everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay because I choose to not let other people that I dated or talked to affect how I'm going to be moving in the future. One last thing that I want to say is that it's important to acknowledge your emotions when they come, because if you don't, they will come out in another way, and it's not healthy. And so if you are missing someone, or if you know, it didn't work out with that person and you just need to cry, or you need a journal, or you need to yell or scream, do it. Because the more you do those things, the more you're able to release those things and move on with your life. I truly believe that healing and growing and progressing comes when we choose to do so. If we're choosing to dwell on why that situation didn't work out, or dwell on that person and what is it that you lack, or maybe they got in a relationship and now you're looking at that other person that they're with and like, what do I not have that they have? I promise you, you guys, it has nothing to do with what they thought about you. It should have everything to do with you know your value, you know your worth, and because you know your value and your worth, that is what is going to help you say, thank you for letting me know that you are not interested, and that's totally fine. I know my value, I know my worth, and I'm gonna keep going. And doing it in not a bitter way, not a resentful way, not a revengeful way, but in a way that I'm okay. And I'm gonna be okay because I've taken this time to work on myself in my singleness. I've taken this time to work on myself to be able to know my value, and what you say doesn't affect me. Last and final thing that I will say. I share my religion and beliefs all the time on my channel. But one thing I will say is that what has helped me get so far in life, and I'm not even saying like accomplishments or anything, because I haven't accomplished much, but what I'm saying is what's helped me to pick myself back up when I've had hurtful moments, or if someone, you know, rejected me or was not interested. What helped me get back up was just knowing that I'm a daughter of God, and that He loves me, and that He knows, and that I'm worth everything in the world to Him, and that His promises to me are sure as long as I am doing my part. So to all of you single people, whether you've been single your whole life, whether you are barely single because you just got out of a relationship or a divorce, whatever, just know that you have complete control over your reactions to others when they say and do things to you. Never lose sight of the value that you have. Remember that you are a child of God, and He loves you so much, and He keeps His promises as long as you do your part. I wanted to share this video because I feel that if we are not careful with how we handle things, and I'm talking about like rejection or people not being interested, we sometimes shut ourselves out. We sometimes don't want to communicate, don't want to acknowledge emotions, and then it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. But if you choose to communicate, if you choose to feel and experience those emotions and let them go and release them, and then respecting that person's agency, their freedom to choose, and realizing that, okay, they didn't choose me, but it's okay, I'm gonna keep it moving, you're gonna be okay. So to all the singles, wherever you are, we're gonna be okay. And you know why we're gonna be okay? Because we know our value, we know our worth, and it doesn't matter what anyone says. It can't affect us because we know who we are. Yeah, you guys, that's pretty much all I have. I wanted to share that because it all just depends on you and how you choose to look at things. If someone doesn't like you, if they don't choose you, you choose you. And not in like a selfish way of like, you choose you, no, I'm doing me, I don't want to talk to nobody. No, what I mean is you choose you humbly, keep walking, and say, everything's going to be okay. I am going to meet the right person, and I'm going to still continue to have faith. Okay, I could go on for days because I'm so happy with this topic because it just barely came, and I myself was going through something, and it just helped open my eyes, and I wanted to share it because I know that someone somewhere is going through the same thing. And this is my channel to help us become the best versions of ourselves, to let go of the negative and the past and move forward. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you want to comment, go ahead and do it below. And subscribe to my channel if this is something that you're interested in. Thanks, guys.